It's like we do it in unison. Damn, it's happening more and more, you guys, that we are doing the same exact thing at the same exact time. What did we do? Was it yesterday? I think we both picked up our smoothie and drank it and put it down as though it was synchronized.
Yes, it's been happening a lot.
More.
And on Saturday, we did not even realize that we were dressed very similarly.
Yeah, didn't even realize it.
We'd been working together for a couple of hours at that point, and I think you picked me up that morning, so we drove in together, and we just started our day right away with appointments. So appointments started coming in. So I had this one gentleman walk in the door and said,
I was in my sculpting room.
You were in your room.
But I heard the conversation.
And I was at the reception desk, and I said, he asked if you need an appointment, and I said yes, and I had one available in about half an hour, 45 minutes, so he said he would be back, and I put him in the computer, and then I went on and did clients after I saw him. What? Oh, we don't have to go into all this.
But also, she was like, and I put him in the computer. And I thought that was so funny. I put him in the computer.
I put his name in the computer.
Okay.
Yeah,
So she had this interaction with him. Yeah.
We're starting over.
No, so you had this interaction with him. No, we're not starting over. And so he left, and then he came back, and I came out of my sculpting room, and I went right over to the podium, was taking care of my client. I noticed him there, but I didn't say anything because he was looking down at his phone. And so, and then Deborah walked out.
And I walked out with my client, and I asked Deanna to check her out, and then I asked Greg to go to the back, to the third door on the left. And he did like a double take. And I go, yeah.
I didn't even notice.
I'm like, just very nonchalantly, yeah, we look alike. Okay, third room on your left, And like, now, and so then two of the clients were standing here, and they said, well, you're something, did they say that we were dressed alike? No. I think we all noticed it or something.
Yeah.
And so, at that point, Deanna and I didn't realize we both had a denim jacket on and blue denim pants.
Yeah.
And
a
different shirt under it. Yeah.
They weren't exact. It was different shades. Like my jacket was lighter than hers.
Different shades, yes.
And different shirts
were darker.
I had a gray shirt on. You had a white shirt.
But it's from here up that we look so much alike that even those differences were not differences. There were too many similarities.
Yeah.
To notice the differences.
It was overwhelming.
Yes. So then I was standing at I had been in Deanna's room with her, and I heard someone come in, and I came out, and there were two women, and one of the women was petting Harley and, really giving him a lot of attention. The other woman asked me about her services, and I said, I'm going to have Deanna answer that for you. I'm going to go grab her. So I go around the corner, and Deanna was already, out of her room, and go, you don't have to grab me, I got me. So she goes out, and then you tell.
And then they just both looked at me wide-eyed, and their jaws down to the floor, and they're like almost turning white as a ghost. And I was like, I'm her twin sister. And they were like, no. Like, this can't be. Like, they thought that they were seeing things. And so I had to go down the hall and get Deborah and say, come here. They got to see us both together.
Yeah.
Because they thought we were the same person.
Yeah.
So it was so crazy.
They're two really wild, in almost in a row. I thought how fun that would be to dress alike every day. And just have fun with it, because we really didn't have that much fun with it when we were younger.
No.
We didn't have enough fun with it.
No. True.
Yeah.
Because we stopped wearing the same clothes as soon as we discovered that we would have twice the wardrobe if we dressed differently.
I remember that. It was 4th grade.
Yeah.
And so then instead of like half of a closet, because we shared everything, we shared a room.
Yep.
So we shared half the
dresser.
Yeah, half the closet.
Shared underwear.
Everything. We shared it all.
Everything.
Sometimes we would push our single beds together so that we would be
cute.
I know.
That was so cute.
And so we realized that we could have a whole wardrobe to choose from. Which, back then it wasn't a lot. I mean, that was
double the wardrobe.
60s and 70s. In the 70s. Yeah. So anyway, It's so much fun being a twin who you have so much in common.
We're just like the same person in two bodies.
Almost.
You know, it's you know, it feels that way.
I guess that would be a really good description of the closeness of it.
Yeah, and I was thinking of that because now we're like, we don't even have to speak and we know what each other's saying. Like it's pretty wild how much it's advanced.
Yes.
In the recent years.
Yep.
You know, so. You did.
I just signaled
Yeah.
Because she had something in the corner of her mouth.
Green smoothie or dolls.
But it's actually the other side.
No.
So I should have gone like this.
Yeah. Because I mirrored her.
That's the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
You know, a lot. And it's so much fun. Anyhow, we do want to talk about some more things. So we want to bring a Tim tip of the day.
Yeah.
And then we have another recipe food item that we brought with us. But I want to start it out, do the Tim tip, because I like to get that out of the way. Was there any Tim tip that you came up with this week that you wanted to talk about?
I just want to talk about the importance of washing your stipple brush. Because I even had a client say that she had to get a new one, and I said,
grab the stipple brush.
The stipple brush.
Yeah. Because I just used this one.
So this is
used.
used.
Show me the other one.
And I said, why are you getting a new stipple brush? You already got one. She said,
so it's typically white.
this.
Yes. And so after you use it one time,
It'll be like this.
and look at how, clumped together these bristles are.
Already.
And where these are nice and spread out.
So anyway, she threw it away.
Oh no!
Yeah, because it was so, ew. If you just never wash this.
Yeah. So
it's really
easy. It's an easy way to clean it.
And also, you're not wasting it. You're not wasting the amount of product that you're using when you use a clean brush. We're not saying that you have to wash it every day.
No.
However,
I don't wash it every day.
Buy a second one. Because I started doing that, I would use it for 3, maybe 4 days, and then I would use the clean one. So I'd have 2 a week. But now I added a third one, so I only use it every 2 or 3
That's such a good idea.
days.
Yeah.
And at
And
the end of the week, I
yeah,
wash them
wash
all
them
at
all
once,
together.
and I just, you can take all 3 of them and 2 of them here. But the, half a dollar size of shampoo. And with them, just like this, not under running water, you get the shampoo and you really mix it in.
Work it in, yeah.
Work it in, by just doing this on the hand. And then you rinse it in warm running water, and it comes white.
Yeah, so some
so
women
important.
might want to do that every time they use it, and then you stand it up and it's ready for use the next morning, or every other day to do that. So there's a myriad of different ways to do that. That's why with the simplicity of Tim, it reminds me so much of the simplicity of the medical medium, because all of his information, there's some really basic information which we're going to start talking about today, that gives such a it's very, very powerful information. Anyway, with the Tim, it's malleable. That's what I say about the medical medium. You can do it according to your taste,
right?
According to your
desires.
Yeah,
what feels right to you, what resonates with you.
Yes, and so they're both very similar in that way.
So we just wanted to give you all the options.
Yes, give you all the options
that there are available. I mean, and you might think of one of your own, and please, comment below.
Share with us.
Let us know.
There's other people that want to hear it too.
Yes, and let us know if you, if you've had that experience where you haven't washed yours yet, you had no idea you had to shampoo them, because it's common. It's so common.
It is. It's very common.
It's not knowledge that we're born with. It's something that we have to learn.
You have to learn. So I'm going to talk about the kabuki brush then. And the kabuki brush is this nice, full, soft brush, and it's so perfect for applying the contour in the specific areas. Because of the width of it, it covers the area on the cheekbone and below it. And so you don't, it just does it so that it blends on so softly. So you'll know if you have too much product on the brush if it comes out very strong. You don't want to see a line there.
Now you just want to see like a shadow.
And so you can see with the highlighter, the tinted moisturizer,
which is like a highlighter.
It acts as a highlighter too because of the glow. And so it is highlighting my cheek from above, especially after I apply the contour. It's really defined
and so natural. You don't need.
That's what I mean.
We're not
very
highlighting.
natural. You can't see contour, highlight. It has to be blended, and it's
in a natural way
because of these products that we've chosen and the brushes that we paired with the product. That's what makes it easy. It is so
simple.
It's so simple. And I think the cosmetic industry really complicates it with all the choices that they have. So when you don't have that many choices. I mean, this is the only choice for contour in the whole Tim line.
It's the same colors.
And
same color on everyone.
One of the reasons is because of the way it's applied, because of the technique that we use to apply the color. So if companies are only selling a product and they're not teaching you how to use their product, then they're doing a disservice, and they don't need that much variety if they were teaching you how to use the product. And our skin tone range currently at this time is from pale to light brown. So we're going to have at some point medium to dark brown as well, but that's going to be like another arm of Tim. So it'll be Tim, I don't know what, but anyway. So we need to build the company up more to be able to expand the line to the medium and dark. So anyway, so this can be used to give definition to the forehead. See how it's just very subtle. And under the jawbone, you can do it, down on your neck and right in your décolletage there, and then it can also be used all over as a bronzing powder.
Show it on me as a bronzing powder because I'm feeling a little like I could do something.
So you just do circular motions, go back and forth, and just cover the whole region of the whole face. You're laughing.
The whole region. Oh my God, the whole region.
Yes. That's so funny. And then this brush doesn't need.
I was just thinking of how you mimicked me. I'm like, oh, funny. And you're like, I'm so funny.
It doesn't need a lot of shampoo.
No. I'll do it once a week.
Yeah, so once a week is perfect.
Once a week.
And sometimes when you pick it up at the end of the week, you don't even have to dip in the color. You can use what is on the brush. Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you're learning that. Yeah.
And then the eye definer brush. This I clean once a week as well. It just takes a teeny bit of shampoo and you wet this brush first as well as the kabuki and then work the shampoo into it. So you wet these two brushes, but never wet the stipple brush first. It'll be so much easier to clean if you don't wet it first.
Yep.
Okay, so there's the Tim tip of the day. I love that.
So we want to show our what we expanded on with the 4 ingredient medical medium. What's it called? It's a breakfast cookie.
Breakfast cookie.
Yes.
I'm going to make these for my granddaughter this weekend.
Yes, and it's the 4 ingredients. It's bananas, oats, cinnamon, and I put in maple syrup. So the maple syrup was my addition. And so
one of those thumbprint cookies that you make with nuts and flour and everything.
Usually during the holidays.
Yeah.
You put a little jam in the center. There's different cookies like that. And so that's how I baked the 4 ingredient breakfast bar. And so, I put it into I rolled it into a ball. I just used one of those ice cream scoops, rolled it into a ball, and then put it on the pan, put, my thumbprint in it. And I did a nice big one because I like a lot of jam. So I have jam in the center here, but this jam is very special because it doesn't have any sugar in it.
No.
It's only the fruit.
You have the jar?
It's only the fruit, yes. Oh. So it is Saint Delphort. It's from France. And it is available locally in 2 stores. I found it at Lori's and at Whole Foods. And so the one that we have in our cookie is black cherry. And I was just holding up, this is fig royale. I love all the different flavors that are available. And French grape.
Ooh.
And then we have
Mirabelle plum.
Mirabelle plum. So
I want to try them all.
I served this as a dessert the other night. I had guests over for dinner, and this was the dessert. And I put 2 different jams in the cookies, and each person got a plate with 2 of these cookies in it.
So simple and so delicious, and that's what I love about this lifestyle. Is that I don't have to like choose from a million things of what I'm going to eat. It's just, it's vegetables and salad and steamed vegetables and potatoes and oats.
I know, and there's so much more you can do.
And fruit. I mean, fruit all day long, with the smoothie. So it's so easy. And then everything, once you begin detoxing, the flavor of everything is of what you're eating is even that more flavorful. It's so like you just taste it. You have taste like it's a burst of taste in my mouth.
Yeah. There's more discernment in your taste. I love how everything tastes. So recently I had some blood work done. And my levels for thyroid were up higher than the normal range. And when I healed this 3 years ago, I was also working with my nurse practitioner at Surviving Naturally, Sandra Micelle, and who I will be interviewing for the station, for our station one day. She owns a business, Surviving Naturally, and through her guidance, with the reading the blood levels and then recommending supplements, and she's got different state-of-the-art testing units to go along with her remedies, supplements, and so anyway, I also had just intuitively bought, before I had those results, I had bought, and I actually intended to buy this for my nephew.
Really?
Yeah, and so I also wanted to have it here at the shop because a lot of women have thyroid issues with their thyroids, and almost everyone is on medication, and I will do everything but medication, unless I absolutely need it.
When you realize also doing this, that I've realized that our plants are so medicinal.
Oh yeah, they're very healing. Yes. And food is our medicine. So this is the Thyroid Healing Book, and so you can see all the tabs that I have. I tabbed out the smoothie, the thyroid smoothie, the ingredients that are best for the thyroid, tea, juice, and broth. And so this is my basic go-to right now. So today
it's filled with a lot of recipes.
It's filled with loads of recipes and a lot of information on the causes of thyroid condition.
Wow.
So I know what the cause of this flare-up it was, and that was having COVID. And COVID hit us in our weakest spots. And so, so what it did though, the COVID, is that it inflamed the Epstein-Barr virus. We all carry the Epstein-Barr viruses in our bodies, and when our immune system is low or it's attacked, and then that's what happened. So it inflamed my thyroid, and it was just so obvious to me because of the feeling. I mean, I had never experienced this before, so everything with COVID was more intense than I've ever experienced before, and this being one of them. The others were the neurological effects on the panic and anxiety, those the most intense I've ever experienced in my life. But I was able to get through everything with food and no medication. So I have a lot of tools in my belt. So this morning I am drinking the smoothie, the Thyroid Healing Smoothie, and this has mango, banana. Now everything we're talking about is going to be linked below in our description. And if you would love to have more information we send out a weekly newsletter, and you
Yes.
can become a member of our list if you just go on timmakeup.com.
timmakeup.com.
The link will be in the description too.
And subscribe.
And subscribe to the newsletters, because there's a lot more information on the
Yes.
newsletters. So it's a mango, banana, and ginger, and cilantro, and that is all I put in it today. Orange juice and a little bit of water. Oh, I did add coconut sugar, which it kind of gives it more of a brownish tone. But I added coconut sugar just for the extra glucose, today.
For the brain.
Yeah, so
Our brains feed on glucose.
I know, that's right. And so it really helps me to get through the day and really be balanced. So this will be my breakfast. And then, we've got our our snack of the oats, and then we've got mango, just mango, and we put hot pepper on it. I wanted to show that. We'll show that next week.
Okay, I love that.
With the hot pepper on it, and how easy it is to cut the mango. So we'll show that next week.
Okay.
And let's see. Oh, so the other thing we're going to talk about is our experience with people who have been people in our lives that have complained recently about a condition, a health condition that came up. So my son said all of a sudden he just got this huge breakout on his face, his chest, and his back. Yeah. And I said, well, what have you been eating? And he said, I talked to a friend of mine when I was out, socializing, and he was telling me he was doing the carnivore diet. So that's what I did. I thought I'll just eat protein. And so I went to Delta Sonic and I got 6 hard-boiled eggs. And then he had like 6 the next day too. And so I said, well, that's why you have a breakout, because believe it or not, eggs they feed the pathogens and viruses in our body, and Epstein-Barr is one of them. Strep is another one. And so strep shows it comes out of your body in the form of a breakout. And so I said, Nate, I said, the carnivore diet is a very trendy diet right now, and there are a lot of people doing it. Right. I don't think there's any really long-term effects of eating all that animal fat. I mean, from what I know about nutrition, animal fat is not good for our veins in excess like that. Yeah. And I know there's many other health reasons. So if anybody has more information, you want to put that in the comments. Below. Yeah, just put in the comments. And so that's all I need to know, to not eat animal fat or have very, very teeny little bit of it. And so he stopped eating eggs immediately. And of course his skin cleared up. Yep. Wow. Cleared right up. And then we were in conversation with a couple of our friends recently, and one was talking about an abscess that she had. And at first she thought it was cancer, and of course she was Googling it, which was, she goes, wrong thing to do, because then it was all these, what I was
worst
feeling
case scenario
was, all the cancer.
Worst case, yeah.
So she called her doctor, went in, and it was determined that it was an abscess. And so she wanted to know if any of us in the group had experienced anything like that. And I said, yes, I had a recurring one.
Of course.
I would say every 4 to 6 months. And I would get this big abscess right on my behind, right at the top of my behind, right top of the middle. Yeah, near the tailbone. Yep. And it was painful. And so I used natural ingredients. I used witch hazel and eucalyptus, and then salt baths, and that's how I would heal it every time. And then once I started cleansing, if I did have one come up, it never broke out. It just stayed a lump and went away. And it was a very quick process.
Wow.
Too. So it still does that. So I'm waiting. I'm still cleansing. And so I'll know when I am almost, really, really well cleansed, when it doesn't even appear. So those are things that, and it is eggs, because eggs feed the viruses. Wow. That's one of the troublemaker foods. I think there's 5 troublemaker foods that Medical Medium talks about. We'll put that link in the description also. So there's 5 of them. and gluten. Gluten is one of them. And amazing results when you just start feeding yourself more fruits and vegetables. My son, actually, he was a big sweet drinker. And he loved his Coke. He didn't have it that often, maybe a couple times a week. But like the sweet tea, when he would get takeout or when he gets takeout, getting sweet tea. And that's bad sugar that's in there, right?
Yeah.
So I started making for him the lemon honey water. And I did it for a while.
It's so much
And then
better
I
for you.
stopped and he started doing it on his own.
Wow.
And then he would put it in the blender because he loves the sweet foam that it makes. And so he puts it in the blender. And so then he even went out the other day and bought a big half-gallon container. So he makes that big of a one in the morning.
Wow.
And then he drinks that through the day. He said the other day,
So good for him.
the other day when he stopped for street food, he's only 24 years old, stopped for street food. I'm saying he can eat this way right now, and bought a Coke. And when he returned to his shop to eat his lunch, he didn't even want the Coke. He wanted his honey lemon water.
Nice.
So I'm like so excited that he's getting on the path, and that's all you have to do is start adding it in.
Do it. Yeah,
just add it in. You don't have to take anything away.
You don't have to take anything away.
It'll
just leave.
It will. We're telling you, it is so simple.
You just have to commit. You have to commit to yourself. You have to be willing to commit to your best self.
Yeah,
physically.
And that's how Tim is also, because it makes it so simple. We make it so simple that you can do your makeup every day, and that you can do it quickly.
It makes you feel better.
Yeah, and then once you're in the habit of seeing yourself that way, you want to do it every day.
Yes.
So it's a natural projection.
It's so natural.
And you just have to talk yourself into it for the first month.
Yeah. Yep. Just to do it.
Yeah.
All right, ladies.
Okay. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
If there's anything that we just touch on that you would like us to talk more about, give us a comment, email us. We love seeing you, and we're so grateful that you've been here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Love to you all.
Mwah. Bye.
Bye.